Hello everybody and welcome back to Masu Pro Wrestling. I am your host and sole commentator, Masu Pro Wrestling 10, and today we have a one-on-one contest with FlairZero. Last week, FlairZero is coming off of a loss against Gaelic Angel. And you know, Flair is a pretty level-headed guy, but he came home, he had a paper jam, and now he's ready to take his aggression out on everyone and anyone. As much as we're all friends here, I would not want to face off against Flair after having to deal with some customer service nonsense. So let's hope that the technical issues for Flair don't damper the mood, and hopefully for his opponent, I pray for him. We will see 4 new debuting members of the roster of the MPW roster, the MPW universe. In our next match, we will have a 3-bean casserole match with a debuting idol. In our main event, we will have 2 debuting icons. I'm very excited. So this match is going to be a little bit familiar, and everything else will be a little bit different. I'm very excited to introduce new members of the roster. Our roster is small but mighty. So we can't fit everyone into every show, but we try our best to fit them during the weeks. You gotta use your talent when you have them, right? And now, Flair's opponent, the first ever icon to win a match, the first ever wrestler in MPW to win a match, is facing off against Flair. It is MerlinGTB the Blue. Merlin made some magic in his tables match against UnchainedAwesome last week, and he's looking to make some more magic tonight. Casting spells on the audience, I would watch out. He might turn you into a toad, he might make your hair grow longer, or he could make you go bald. I would just simply not mess with him. But of course, Merlin, currently undefeated, has never lost a match. Can Flair end the undefeated streak of Merlin, or will it continue his reign of terror? Again, Merlin is a suspiciously large man. He likes to hide it behind his magic robes, but this man is jacked to the gills. I don't know if it's magic, pure talent, or some kind of secret substance, but you know what? We don't ask, and neither do you. A little bit of a size difference. Flair has a little bit more of a reach. And like we said in Flair's previous match, Oklahoma Slam, I think that's what that's called. Bouncing Flair off the knee. Flair is a calculated man. We talk about this all the time. Flair is calculated. Oh, I thought that was a German suplex. That was going to be crazy. Flair's calculated, but how do you calculate for magic? I know Flair has to deal with things that seemingly make no sense when dealing with computers, but how do you deal with something that literally has no basis in science, which is MerlinGTB the Blue here. So we're going to see how Flair handles it. He's handling it pretty well. Goes for the pin off the DDT. Merlin kicks out. And now Merlin is undefeated, but his only match was in a tables match. This is a singles match. Pinfall or submission is the way you win. Countouts are legal, and DQ if you get hit with a weapon. Or sometimes, referee's discretion, they can sometimes, you know. Oh, going for a quick roll-up. Could be trying to snag the win here. As Flair kicks out, and Flair now going for a little possum roll. Each of them trying to steal the win very quickly. Flair running dropkick does not knock Merlin down. And the chop to the chest, that will make your chest bright red like Santa Claus's nose on Christmas. I don't even know what that means. But Flair is stepping out onto the apron with Merlin. The apron is known as the hardest part of the ring, and Merlin just landed on it because there's no protective padding on that part. That is where the beams connect. That is metal. It is the hardest part of the ring, not like the canvas. Getting hit and thrown around, never going to feel good no matter what you land on. But I would not want to be tossed onto the apron there. And Merlin manhandling Flair into a power bomb. A vicious power bomb. I think Flair's head bounced off the bottom rope, and those ropes are tight. So that's gotta not feel good. Flair's pulling himself up into the corner. We're gonna see a little bit more of Merlin's arsenal in this fight, because this is a lot different than a tables match where you're focusing to put your partner through the table. Goozled him with the hand on the neck and a sidewalk slam out of the corner into a backbreaker. Gonna break his back and make him humble, damaging the lower vertebrae. That is not fun. It could cripple you. You do not want to get the spine damage that has ended multiple careers. And Flair targeting the fingers again. He did this to Angel last week. Flair did not do this to Flair last week. Angel was had to get his hand checked by the ring doctor after the match. And Flair really targeting the fingers again. He's looking to break a finger, maybe looking for a ref stoppage. Trying to break the finger of Merlin, stomps his head. And Merlin up top. Ooh, running but tossed over. Flair countered it, scouted it. Flair. Ooh, Flair doing a little bit of a combo with the forearm. Goes for the pin. Very close to the ropes, but not touching. Merlin pushes Flair off him to get the shoulder up. And Flair's going to the second rope. That purple rope has power elbow drop from the second rope. Goes for a double stomp. Rolls through. Merlin with the clothesline out of nowhere into a basement drop kick. Merlin is like a house of fire as he bounces Flair off his knee. Flair pushes Merlin, trying to get more control back. It looks like Flair might be a little bit gassed. My brain just shattered as I completely forgot what that was called. That was the below zero. That's what it's called. Flair hits the below zero out of nowhere on Merlin, and Merlin kicks out barely at a 2.9 as they take it to the outside. Flair completely discombobulated my brain with that move. I was not expecting it. Merlin kind of backing up. Oh, went for maybe like another running lariat, but got caught with a right hand from Flair. And just tossing him back of the head, bouncing off the guardrail and the concrete. That could seriously discombobulate you. That could make you feel like me right now. As Merlin's going to take Flair and break his back in front of the crowd. Bane style to Batman right now. At the count of 6, tosses Flair into the solid steel steps. That's technically not using a weapon. It's part of the ring. You can throw your opponent in the ring, at the ring. Technically not illegal because he's not using it as a weapon. He's using it. He just tossed him into it. It's there. Surprisingly, that's how wrestling works. Bounces off the ropes. I thought something was going to happen there. I was very concerned for Flair. Judo toss by Merlin. And Merlin is looking to end it. I think Flair's going to be seeing stars as Merlin slams him into the canvas. And Flair barely gets the shoulders up, and I don't think Merlin can believe it. He is absolutely shocked. He just spun Flair's world around, and Flair is back in control. Snap suplex like nothing happened. It looks like there might be a little bit of red under Flair's eye from all of the punishment. He might be feeling the wear and tear at this point as he starts working over the body of Merlin, targeting every limb, hitting him in the back, making sure double stomp on the ground. All the weight pressured right into the gut can knock the weight out. Could we be going for another below zero? And we are! Nails it. Merlin is kind of in the ropes, but not enough, I don't think. And Merlin kicks out, keeping his undefeated streak. Flair's absolutely shocked. Doesn't know what it takes to put this guy away. Spins him around into a forearm. Merlin just tosses Flair like a sack of shit. And starts working the arm, hitting the elbow. Again, hyperextending your elbow can just completely disable your arm. as Merlin just picks up Flair like he's nothing and tosses him around. Merlin's looking to go to the second rope. Big splash off the second rope for Merlin. Could this be it? 1, 2, no. A solid 2 count. Merlin, I think, is getting tired. I think he's feeling the wear. I think he's getting upset. And you can't let this get into your head. Spinning back kick into the Shining Wizard. I think he just busted Flair wide open. I think Flair's hair is not the only thing red right now, as Merlin's going for the Seeing Stars, but Flair reverses it and scoop slams Merlin. Flair has blood dripping down his head. The first ever person to bleed. Double stomps the arm. I think he's bleeding. I can't really tell. But maybe a nosebleed. Big elbow drop. Off the top rope. Both men are very frustrated. Neither one wanting to give anything. As Flair is looking for the below zero. Nails a third one, I believe. Could this be it? Merlin is down. And the streak is over. Merlin's one win undefeated streak is over. And Flair has beaten his loss streak. It looks like Flair's nose is bleeding. Maybe the top of his eye is cut open. He's bleeding very, very little bit, but he is bleeding. The first person to break blood. And congratulations to Flair for his first ever win. And we will see you guys in our next matchup. This is our first ever MPW 3 Bean Casserole match, which means no disqualifications, no countouts, and 3 idols will be facing off. We first have everyone's favorite, coming off her win against Glitchy, is TeaTheShiba. The first idol to win a match, right? Again, I need to write these things down, but I'm pretty sure. T was the first ever in a hard-fought victory, ever idol to pick up a win. So T is making her return, currently undefeated, but will have a mountain of a task to face against two opponents. First person to get a pinfall will win the match. Submissions and pinfalls inside the ring. And I think everybody knows this person, and I think today is going to be a good day, as MintyClovers makes their return, coming off of a loss against ShmeepsWorld. A very well fought match, was very impressive, very good match, but it looks like, I think Minty's looking to pick up a win this time. I'm excited to see how her hyper-offensive style will clash against these 2 other opponents that she's going to have to face. But I think the one thing we can all agree is that today is going to be a good day when MintyClovers steps into the ring, or flips into the ring, I guess. And T and Minty's third competitor for this match will be making their debut in the Idols division in MPW. And they are quite magical. And it will be Usaino! Usaino, MPW's own Bunny Bean, will be taking on T and Minty in their debut match. Now, if magic for Merlin can do anything for Usaino, we'll see if they can pick up a win. Usaino, also a very acrobatic competitor. More of a striker than an acrobat, but still high-flying capabilities nonetheless. A little bit of, we got the striker in T, the striker, high flyer in Usaino, and the high flyer in Minty. I think these styles will clash quite nicely. T, MintyClovers, and Usaino. One-on-one-on-one. Immediately, Minty runs around and starts going for things, but doesn't quite land it. As Usano immediately goes for T with the suplex. Goes for a Shining Wizard, I don't think quite connected on Usano. And Usano is fighting both competitors. Backbreaker. Running knee into Usano by T. This match is difficult because you have not only one, but two other competitors that you are trying to both beat and save your competitors from getting pinned. T doesn't want Minty pinning Usano. Usano doesn't want Minty pinning T. So they got to both work together and fight each other before they can do anything. Sling Blade into a basement dropkick from Usano. And that means there's going to be just 1.5 times more action. Butterfly suplex by MintyClovers. Looking like electric chair. No. Picked her up to drop her down into a discus forearm. Booty popping moonsault. T goes for the pin, but Usano breaks it up. Again, these competitors are trying to stop each other from winning the match. Usano breaking up Minty's pin now, playing referee here. Backbreaker from Usano. Though, with odd number of competitors, it gives you time to take a breather, take a second. Usano exiting the ring, allowing Minty and T to work each other over before having to come back in the ring and take advantage of the situation. That a something suplex, but Usano's keeping her distance. They are gonna pull out the kendo stick again. Weapons are legal in the three bean casserole match. Usano running, going to hit T with the kendo stick, but gets knocked out of their hand. It looked like T was setting up Usano for something. Usano, moonsault, lands on her feet, gets chop blocked though by Minty. Looking like she was going for something flippy. Minty maybe going under the ring for a weapon. All three competitors separate. Another kendo stick. Usano jumps through the middle rope, through the turnbuckle to tackle Minty out in the air. Neck breaker. That was dangerous as hell. Usano really could have just concussed themselves on the ring post. And Minty sneaking up behind T with a butterfly suplex. Butterfly German. T sneaking up behind for a back suplex. It's hard. You focus on one person and then the other person takes the advantage. Usano's, they're walking away right now as Minty fallaway slams. Usano has a sledgehammer and just drives it in the back of T's head. This will be this has been the most extreme match so far. Northern Light suplex by MintyClovers has both of her competitors on the ground. And the only place you can win it is in the ring. This is not falls count anywhere. So Minty moves in the ring, which is where she can potentially win. But obviously no countouts, weapons are legal. You can be out here as long as you want. You can completely decimate. Oh, she went for a drop kick but missed. As Minty and T fight in the ring. Usano in the corner. They're resting, I guess. They've been knocked down. Ooh, inverted DDT by T. How many times can I say T? Minty with a quick roll up. Usano's coming in to stop it, but T kicks out at 1. And now Usano's going after T. But Minty catches her eye on Usano. Usano calling for something. I'm not quite sure. Pele kick. Cartwheel Pele kick, but gets immediately attacked with a kendo stick by Minty, who is flipping it around, doing cool tricks with it. We saw she was very educated with it before. Ooh, end of days, that looked like. Breaks it up near 2 count. Usano nearly had a win there. T with the spinning back kick. Usano's down. Minty is nowhere to be found on the ground. Usano kicks T out. And Minty recovering from the damages, rolling back into the ring, joining the fray. Rolling. Ooh, cartwheel, reversal knee. Flattens Minty into the ground with T's knee. T's educated knees. Drop kick from Usano. Doesn't quite get all of it. And a forearm. Oh, went for a clothesline but dodged it. Clothesline backbreaker into a clothesline to the back of the head by Minty. And now working over T on the back. Oh, she looked like she was grabbing her in the back of the head. Was maybe doing something. Usaino hyping herself up in the on the floor there. T has Minty up for the pedigree? No, Jesus! Spiking Minty's, I don't even know what you call that. Spiking Minty's head into the canvas. But Minty seems to be doing fine. Rolls through. Drop kick from T as they grab Minty off the ropes. German suplex. Float over German suplex? I don't know. Rolls through to the German suplex. T is in control. Spinning roundhouse kick for the win. Oh, T almost picked up their second win. It looks like there's not enough. Oh, T could be going for the Twisted T that we saw. Minty's seeing it. Twisted T by T. Minty. Oh, goes for the super kick but misses it. I thought Minty was going to maybe take control. Oh, yeah, taking advantage of the Twisted T on Usaino. Usaino was out of it. Drags through. Cartwheel to the knee, just flattening. That cannot feel good. There's no bounce. Minty just hits the canvas and doesn't move. That cannot feel good. Hurricane Rana by T. Clothesline to the back of the head by Usaino. Never a dull moment in this competition. Usaino clotheslines T over the top, and now it's T and Minty. Or Usaino and Minty, sorry. In the ring. Usaino going up top. Could be going for an elbow drop. Okay. And got shoulders down. T breaks up the pin at 1. Oh, grabbing Usaino by the nose like T did to Glitchy was very effective in their match last week. As T and Minty take the ring. Again, scouts it, does T, and sends the knee through the skull of Minty. And targets the elbow. Minty going for another Twisted T. Usaino back up. Can see it coming. Minty scouted it. Usaino off the ropes. Pele kick to Minty. I thought she was going for a moonsault, but went for a Pele kick off the ropes. That was crazy. Completely taking out all momentum Minty got from dodging the Twisted T. As T's got the shoulders down, Minty recovering. 1, 2. Ooh. Usaino close fall. Minty back in the ring. Minty back out of the ring. Maybe looking for that kendo stick, or maybe just a breather. It looks like she's taking some time to show off her abilities. As T works the leg. Booty popping moonsault. Rolls through, does Usaino. Nobody's home. Minty's sling blade. Minty's got the sledgehammer right into T and Usaino. T clotheslines the sledgehammer out of Minty's hands. And small elbow drop. 2 could, no, okay. T is getting tired. T's trying to get these pins, but just nothing seems to be working right now. T grabbing the nose of Minty. Usaino's got a bat. Minty off the ropes, but for something, I don't know what that was, but she was going for something and completely missed it. As these two are currently indisposed at the moment. Suplex by Usaino. As Minty starts targeting Usaino. The end of days! Minty just stole Usaino's move! Minty just pulled the end of days out of Usaino, but T breaks it up. Rolling ripcord knee. And T's going back up. Minty's on the floor. T's going back up for a Twisted T. Nails it on Usaino. Referee's checking out Minty in the back. Minty is dazed. Does T have it? No! Usaino kicks out again. T looks discouraged as Minty rolls back into the ring. Goes for a super kick over Usaino, but misses. How can T get any? What does T have to do to get the win? T has put everything in their arsenal Oh, cracked over the head with the bat by Minty twice. The third time, Usano off the ropes with a drop kick. T rolls out of the ring, and Usano goes for the pin. T is disposed. 2, 3. Usano winning their debut match against 2 other opponents. I would say that's one of the most impressive wins we've seen so far. T was in control for most of that match. Minty struck her in the head 3 times with a bat, and Usano took the time to take out Minty and got their first win in their Idol debut. A very, very good match. They never expect the bunny. We will see you guys in the next match. All right. In the ring is Draven making their debut, and they will be facing off against their friend ShmeepsWorld, who will be making their entrance shortly, I guess. Okay. It looks like Glitchy has taken out Shmeeps. Is this allowed? Is this what is this allowed? I guess Glitchy said Glitchy wasn't booked for tonight. And I guess she just said, "No, I'm putting myself in this match." Obviously Shmeeps is unable to compete. So I guess Draven came out here for a friendly match against Shmeeps and to make her debut, and Glitchy I just took the match. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. Honestly, that is unprecedented. Hardest part of the ring, but I gotta do my job, and we gotta keep focusing on what's happening. Glitchy back body drops Draven on the ring. Glitchy obviously not happy with their loss from last week, and they're taking it out on Draven and Shmeeps, I guess. I don't know. She seems very angry and is pushing Draven off her. Draven made her entrance in the commercial break, and yeah, I don't know. Running knee blocked by Draven. The height difference is startling for this match, as the 7-foot-tall Glitchy is facing off against Draven. Draven trying to get some control. Obviously not prepared to fight just an absolute giant in Glitchy in their debut match. I don't know what to expect, I guess. Ooh. Just knocks Draven down. And goes for the pin. Draven kicks out. Glitchy seems frustrated, angry, upset. The match has barely started, went for a pin, and is already upset that Draven's kicking out at 1. I mean, if I was in a match with Glitchy, I would lay down for 3. I'm just saying, I'm absolutely terrified of this woman, but of this idol. But Draven is fearless, is strong, and is mighty, and is gonna show. Nobody wants their debut match to be like this, but Draven's working on the fly, and we gotta say that's impressive. Leg drop again, those long legs. I don't know what to expect with this. Every time she goes up, you never expect someone of Glitchy's height to drop. It almost dropped their whole weight on Draven with those knees, but Draven scouts it and sends a forearm. Those dropping a lot of weight onto a person. Ooh, German suplexes, trying to wrap her arms around Glitchy is already difficult, but gets the 3 German suplexes off. Oh, and Glitchy's back up. Blackout! He just hit the chin with a blackout. Oh, I thought Draven had that. Draven hit her spinning roundhouse kick, the blackout, right onto the chin of Glitchy. That could knock out and concuss anyone. I am incredibly impressed by Glitchy seeming to just get up after that, but I mean, Glitchy hasn't had too much damage taken as Draven takes control. Ooh. Elbows. Glitchy's elbow to the stomach as the sidewalk slam. Glitchy really easily can just pick up Draven. The reach, the size difference. It's, oh, goozled. Got her around by the neck. Glitchy is looking for holding her above the horns. Frame drop, which is something we experienced earlier in the stream. Draven kicks out, powers out. That is unexpected. The amount of force that Draven propelled Glitchy off their body as they're fighting back out of this. Ooh, drop toe hold. And Glitchy rolls out of the ring looking to make some distance, but Draven is following her. Draven striking. DDT, the antlers striking the mat first. That cannot feel good. Oh, big senton, big boy senton. Talk about all the weight onto your gut. That is all your weight onto your gut. It doesn't matter how big, how small you are, that does not, a cannonball to the gut does not feel good. That will knock the wind out of you. Crossing over for the neck breaker. Countouts are on, so if you get counted out, you lose. They got to make it in by the count of 10, and they are at the count of 6 currently by our referee, our senior referee. Super kick. Soup. That's a good soup. Draven tossing Glitchy around at a count of 8. Could we see a count out? Obviously, for those of you who don't know, I say obviously, if you don't know. 9, Draven's going up. Draven will break the count and reset it by exiting the ring. 10? Oh, Draven wins by a cheeky little count out. Okay. Draven pulls off a sneaky win with the count out, throwing Glitchy out. I'm going to say it's got to be hard to pin someone like Glitchy, so using her advantage, she rolled into the ring. I was expecting her to take the dive out, but our first ever count out loss/victory, as we will move into the main event with 2 new debuting icons for the division. I'm excited. Let's get into it. It is time for the main event of the evening. 2 debuting icons. First ever matches. Will be debuting the second ever MPW. And introducing first, Dragthulu. Dragthulu is one of those people, like I say, I wouldn't want to be facing against. They're one of those people that scare me. They're sadistic. They're dangerous. They know what they're doing when they step into the squared circle. I almost said 6-sided ring. We are not TNA. Dragthulu. I wouldn't trust anyone with horns or antlers. They're all dangerous, in my opinion, including Unchained. I know. I went to his bar mitzvah, but he doesn't know what a bar mitzvah is. Anyways, Dragthulu making his entrance, making his debut. I'm very excited. This man knows how to hurt people. If Drag's opponent does not come out of this match concussed, it will be a godsend. But much like everyone else, I think everyone's trying their best, so I would not hold their opponent against them. Very ominous, very scary Drag. Kind of pointing into my soul again. Happy to be up here in the commentator's booth and not down there with the French-Canadian commentary team. And now, his opponent. And I'm gonna say this guy will put you to sleep. It's TheSleepyPengu, and not in the boring way. TheSleepyPengu makes his debut against Dragthulu. If anyone has to go up against Dragthulu, I think this guy has got a shot. He's ready to take the air out of your lungs, to knock your head off your shoulders, to put you tonight. He's going to wrap you up in a blanket, give you a pillow, and he's going to say goodnight. They call him Sleepy for a reason, and it's because when people step in the ring, he puts them to sleep. Just a pure athlete. Dragthulu fighting out of the clear corner. TheSleepyPengu fighting out of the purple corner. The match begins. Dragthulu out the gate! Sends a lariat into the corner. Saying to Sleepy, wake up. Sleepy with the basement drop kick. I am excited. I don't know what to expect from these two debuting stars, but I think what we can expect is some carnage as Dragon grabs the neck of Sleepy and stomps him flat into the canvas. Clobbering blows as he picks him up and hits him with some knees to the side, right into the ribs. Getting hit in the ribs is never fun. Sleepy rolling out of the ring to get a little bit of space as Drag goes up top. Have you ever seen a dragon fly? Dragthulu had to leave his wings and tentacles at home for this match, and fortunately they are not sanctioned and allowed, even though they are appendages. Backbreaker. Will we see another count out? Some kind of Hurricane Rana thing. Clothesline, jeez. But he falls before it. They're fighting down the ramp again. Maybe this should have been a Falls Count Anywhere match as they immediately take it to right next to the crowd. You are in the splash zone, my friends. Nothing like front row seats. Sleepy with a clobbering lariat to the back of the head. And tosses Drag back to the ring. He says, we're going to end this in the ring. Sleepy trying to make some space as he gets in the ring. Drag reaching for his feet. Sleepy says, come on, as he rests back in the corner, dodges the kick. And Fisherman suplex into the pin, float over. Inverted suplex by Sleepy. He's grabbing the arm and working over the arm. Arms are important. People work the arm to make sure you can't lift, you can't punch. When you hurt your arm, everything hurts. It's a good strategy. Sleepy with a clobbering blow. Zigzag, as that would be called. Sleepy looking for something, but Drag scouted it. Trading blows. That rock Drag takedown, again, showing his athletic wrestling roots. As the lights go out and Dragthulu's behind him. Dragthulu turns out the lights with his cosmic magic into an abyssal tombstone pile driver in the center of the ring. That was very close. Drag thought he had it, and I did too. Drag is going up. Cut the lights. And Drag, elbow drop off the top to Sleepy. Goes for the pin again. Will this put Sleepy away? No, Sleepy says 2 count only. It's not good night yet. Sleepy with the drawbreaker into the rolling, like, Pele? I don't even know what you call that. Just a rolling kick. Goes for the pin on Drag. No. Sleepy climbing up the top rope. It's a little bit of a distance. But have you guys ever seen a penguin fly? Headbutt off the top ropes. I wouldn't headbutt someone with horns. Sleepy, I think, regretting that a bit. No one wins in a headbutt. Kick out at 2 for Drag. Quick pins, trying to get the fast win before anybody takes advantage. Butterfly suplex by Sleepy. Scoops the legs as Drag kind of catching his breath, seeing where he is, making sure he looks a little bit dazed. Rolling kick again by Sleepy as he drops the knee onto Drag's nose. Snapmare. And targeting the feet. Sleepy has Drag up. Could this be a go to Sleepy? Hit him. He's a little bit in the ropes. I don't know if the ref's discretion says he's not in the ropes. Drag kicks out. The go to Sleepy knee into the skull. I thought that would have been it. But Drag fights out of it, trying to roll to the ropes to help him get up. Sleepy bounces Drag off the ropes. Running kick, but misses it. Misses the chop because the game developers still haven't fixed that. And now Sleepy's back into control with the DDT into the ground. Pin attempt here. Could this be it? Way! Dr. Jake Roberts. The DDT is a finisher. SleepyPengu wins his debut in an absolutely ludicrous match. Drag using his creepy powers to cut the lights. And Sleepy still comes back, putting Drag to sleep. And I will have to say thank you guys for tuning in to the second week of Masu Pro Wrestling. We'll see you guys next week.